I welcome you guys back to my next video over here, which is how to love again. I need you to understand that when you're loving your life, you're going to be something far greater. You're going to love your whole heart all the time. And you're going to make sure that you're never ever spreading rumors that is negative. And you're going to also realize that when you're indoors, you're going to be safe, you're going to be sound, and you're going to have a lot of money in terms of disciplines. I need you to understand that your disciplines are the money that you need every single day. I promise you, every single day you have money. I promise you, it's really that you have your health. I promise you, health is how you love again. I promise you, those people who have health every single day are the ones who accumulate all the wealth. I need you to understand that when you love, you have to give it. And what are you really giving? I promise you, you're giving communication signals every single day, and you're making sure that what you're doing today is going to be prosperous. You're being a prosperous person today. You're making sure that whatever you're doing today, you're going to market yourself in a different way, and you're going to do something different today. I mean, you have to be a different person all the time, and you have to understand that difference. I mean, the difference is that you be different. I promise you that the successful people are more successful than you because they're doing something different that you are never doing. And because they're doing something different, I realize it's because that they are trying new things and they're doing something new and they're looking for new ways and for new ideas. And that's why you have to understand to go and do the same as what they are doing. Because guess what? When you're doing something different, you'll find a different way to make music, and you'll find a different way to live, and you'll find a different way to look and feel. And the more you try in a different way, new foods, you try a new way of life, you try a new idea, you try something new, I promise you that way you're going to become newer, and you're going to become fuller, and you're going to become more of a person in you're going to be more of a person in divine nature and divinity to love more. Realize you're just giving your heart, you realize that you're just you're more honest, you're more open, and you're making sure you're open-minded, you're making sure that you're learning from the outside world about everything. Although guess what? You have to learn from Jesus Christ, you have to look inside, and you have to understand that love is never outside, and it's only inside. Because if you look for love outside of you, I realize that what you're doing is you're really asking for other people to love you while you are responsible for loving yourself. So realize that you never look for outside in terms of anything. I never need you to look outside for happiness and for anything outside of you to fulfill you. I need you to understand that if you look outside for anything to fulfill you, you'll be looking at me and you'll be saying, you must be with me, Danny, because you make me happy. And because you make me happy, I need you to be around me all the time. And I need you to hold my hand when I go to the shop. I need you to do stuff for me. I need you to always make sure that I'm taken care of. I mean, that's a persona that is a poor persona where you rely on me to take care of you and to give you money and to hold your hand and to go being your puppy dog everywhere. I mean, I have to follow you now because if I don't follow you, I promise you get angry and you get upset and you get controlling and you start becoming upset and a whiner and a complainer around me, and you start arguing and you start getting angry because I never went with you to the shops and because I never called you at a certain time. Do you understand? I realize that you never expect me to, because that's your responsibility. You go walk your own hand to the shops. You go do whatever you need to do every single day on your own and leave me out of it. I promise you, that's called taking responsibility. I never asked you to be in this video, you just came here. So what does that mean? I realize that when somebody doesn't ask you to come into their life and you just go into their life, I promise you it's because you're inspired by them. I realize that although that is the best way, because guess what? That's how I met Jesus Christ. I promise you, Jesus Christ never said you have to come to me. I promise you, I just went to Jesus Christ. And that is how people just come knocking on your door. And as long as you never ask them to come knocking on your door, I promise you that it's going to be their idea. And because it's their idea, they're going to come knocking on your door because they thought of that. And if you say to them, you must come knocking on my door because I'll give you this many ideas, I promise you they are never going to do it because you told them to. I promise you people don't like to be told what to do. Jesus never asked me to come to Jesus. I just went to Jesus because of all the good news I heard. I although went to study about Jesus and I heard bad news about Jesus too. You have to understand that most people lie about Jesus Christ, and most people lie overall. I promise you, Jesus Christ never lies about anything. I although now speak better and communicate better because I'm much more functionable, and I make sure that every single day my communication levels are better and better and better. And I do them through videos, I do them through audios, and my writing every single day helps me to practice my communication skills. And I overcome pornography and masturbation, and I use my growth tactic, which is my growth mindset, and I push the brain upwards, and I make sure no matter what to overcome all temptation I can, to overcome the habits that were destructive before in my life. I realized that I grew up around a crowd where a lot of people around me were watching pornography and masturbating, and guess what? I realized that too many egotistical people will be around you in daily life, and there's only 1% of the people that can really help you. I realized that you must be one of them. You must be one of that 1% of the world that's going to help you to move forward. I realized today I went into Instagram and I kept on liking people's Instagrams in terms of what they post. And I just look at the image and I go simply to the hashtag called model. And why do I go model? Because I'm a model and I model myself. So I go and look at other people and how they model. And I get some ideas, and also I like their content and I just like it and I don't even comment. And guess what? I picked up 27 followers within 2 hours. I although will say that is one way that you can increase your attention. Although I will say that once you gain a certain amount of attention, I promise you those people will start promoting you more and more throughout the world, and it's going to compound, and more people will find out about you because you have more followers. And the more followers you have, the faster you gain followers. So first, I realized it starts slow. Although you understand that Gary Vaynerchuk got 4 million followers within 1 year. I mean, organically. I mean, I don't know if he invested money into that or whatever. I understand that you can gain 4 million followers within 1 year of Instagram. I realized that it's possible, and anything's possible. I need you to understand that Cristiano Ronaldo has half the Instagram following him. I mean, 300 million followers in Instagram and a database of 300 million followers that are in Instagram right now. I mean, half of them follow Cristiano Ronaldo and Selena Gomez. You understand? So go and realize that because Selena Gomez is her name is Selena and her full name is Selena Gomez, realize that is what you need. You need to have a full name. You need to have your own full name and to brand it. I'm Danny Milivojevic. I'm a different type of person. I'm a divine being. I understand we're all spiritual. I understand that we all came here to do something. I also understand that I was lost before and I was depressed and I had nothing to do. And I was a drug addict and I was looking for fun. And I was just having fun, and that's why I was going uglier over time. I was only having fun. I was not growing. And people who never grow are ugly. And they're people who are old. And they're classical. And they're listening to old people. And they respect their elders. Although guess what? You respect your elders. You respect your elders. Although guess what? You never listen to the elders who are old. You never listen to people who lead you astray. Because guess what? When you listen to them, you may think that you are respecting them. You're not respecting yourself. You understand? So the best way you can respect your elders is love yourself daily and look yourself in the mirror every single day. And some ways to look at yourself in the mirror is do a 1 hour video coaching inside a video, and you'll look at yourself as I am right now. I mean, that's loving yourself, and that's going into yourself. I mean, another way is take 2,000 photos of yourself every single day and post it online. I mean, it's so simple. And then guess what? Before you post it online, you look at each photo. I mean, that's another way to look at your image. And I promise you, the more you look at your image, I promise you, the more you're going to love yourself. I promise you, another way is go groom in front of the mirror. I promise you another way is just get out your phone and look at the camera. Look at the camera and you'll find your face and look at yourself. I promise you another way is go and do some branding photo shoots and look at yourself in the mirror and how you look as you brand yourself. Another way is document your life. And each and every single time you do an exercise or music production or video or you're just around the house, record yourself in your life and document. That's another way to love yourself. Another way is make sure that you brand yourself and give some money. Give some money for great clothing that you can afford and go and brand yourself with clothing that is new and look newer and try something you've never done. If you had short hair for a certain period of time and you never had long hair, it's time to go new and start growing your hair to have long hair this time. If you've never had a beard, let's try something new now and let's make sure that you get yourself a beard now and start growing it and start seeing how does it work. I promise you nobody else is going to grow your beard for you. I grew my beard and you can see my beard. You can see. Although I understand I never had long hair. I promise you, although I may go in that direction. I don't know. I promise you, although, that it's a new tactic and you have to go where the new aspect of life is so that you can understand something new about yourself. You go and try something you've never done. If you've never become a vegan, go and experience it. Not just for one day, make it a habit in your life. Do it long term. And when you do anything long term, you only do it long term. You don't do it short term. Delay gratification, because guess what? You may have grown up drinking alcohol and doing cigarettes and drugs and cocaine and weed and meth and speed. You may have indulged in that and in those drugs. You may have indulged in painkillers and pharmaceutical medications and gas and petrol smelling and all this. You have to understand that you stop it and you go and try something new. If you stick to the drugs, you always be the drugs and you always be poison. I promise you that if you're having problems with life and you're on the drugs, get away from the drugs, cars. Do you understand? Because that way you understand that sobriety is the best way to live life. I promise you. I promise you, those people who go with the drug addicts are the drug addicts. And those people who have nothing to do are going nightclubbing. I promise you, they're going nightclubbing. Because they are the crowd. And they got no purpose. And they got nothing to do at 10 o'clock at night. And they got nothing to do at 7 p.m. at night. Their nights and their weekends are filled with clubbing and music and women and men and alcohol and drugs and living for the weekend. Because guess what? From Monday to Friday, I promise you they're upset because they're working on a 9 to 5 job. And then the whole week they're anticipating to go to I realize that they're anticipating an event for the whole week. They're waiting for 5 days to go on a Saturday night to this club to experience the music because they hate life. I don't care about that anymore. I don't care about the festivals out there. I don't care about anything out there. What I care about is life coaching videos. I've got music production. I've got Spotify. I've got music. I've got free accommodation. I've got traveling. I've got my best version you ever see in my life. I have health. I have technology that I need. I have a portable speaker where I can pump music. I realize music and life coaching is my life, and so is Jesus Christ. I realize that I've got all of that. I realize that's all I need. And now it's really build my attention. And what am I doing to build my attention? I'm giving more love. I'm giving more love every single day. I'm making sure that every single day I go online and I go into Instagram. I promote and I like as many photos as I can. And then suddenly Mark Zuckerberg is going to block me. I realize I like as much as I can. And then guess what? I realized today I was doing it for 2 hours and learning about what I can do in terms of marketing promotion, and I got myself 27 followers. I went from 324 following to 351. I realized, although I haven't checked it now, although guess what? I'm doing this video now. And because I have now said that the only way I'll promote myself, I realized the only way I'll promote myself online is I'll go into Instagram and just like as many photos a day as I can. And that way, more people are going to follow me. Because I find that when I like via Instagram and I like photos, I realize I get followers quickly. And suddenly Mark Zuckerberg will block you because you need to give him money to promote yourself. Although I understand that when you give him money, I promise you he'll still block you liking people's content, because he's set up the content to make sure that you don't like as many photos as you can, because he tries to limit you in that aspect. So you give him money to promote you. I promise you that when you give him $100, I promise you he'll send 20,000 views your way. Although it's not about that. I promise you that the best way to promote yourself is the free way, because I've gained 100 following for free and I never gave a dime for it. I gave before $500 and I gained 200 followers. I just gained 100 followers for free. And all I did was just like their content. I realized, although you understand that you save money that way, and keep your money and make sure that you invest it in the better places where you don't have to do paid advertising. And another way to promote yourself is go on the street and do public speaking performance, and make sure that you do that, because that way you understand to be in front of people and you're going to improve your communication skills and body language that way. And that's for your personal growth, for something greater. And then that way you're going to record yourself as you go along and promote your Instagram for 3 hours every single day, or 4 hours or 5 hours, or however many hours you can do. I can do 3 hours a day, no problem. And now, since I do that, I can also be on the street for extra time. And I can go from 10 o'clock to about 2 o'clock, and I can just stand there and I can read something along with my audiobook, and I can look at people and I can pump my music, which is my electronic music. I can post my beautiful portrait on the floor and a poster on the wall. And guess what? I can just sit there and people can look at me. I don't even have to sit. I can stand up and I can relax. And I realize people will look at me and I don't have to speak with them. I realize, although they're going to see my Instagram, and I can just stand there for 4 hours pumping my music and pump the same track over and over and over, while hundreds of people are walking past and looking at my Instagram. I, although, understand that sometimes they're going to say, switch off your speaker because it's so loud, and they're getting annoyed. And then guess what you do? You switch off your speaker and then you start to promote yourself and just put some earphones on and start listening to music or something, and listen to reading, in terms of read audiobooks from mentors and personal growth books and marketing books and sales books, and read something that you're interested in and promote your Instagram, and just stand next to the portrait. And while people are looking at you, you say hi, and you don't have to talk to them. You just look them in the eyes and you say this way, and you relax, and they're going to see your Instagram, and then hundreds and thousands of people are going to walk past. I promise you that way you can understand you can do this around the world, anywhere. I mean, you go to Mexico City and there's 22 million people in that city. I mean, there's 6 times more people in Mexico City than there is in Sydney. And you will see many people walking past. And then you just put your portrait somewhere along the pathway where a lot of people are walking past, and you gain some free promotion like that way. And you just play your music or something, and you play some music or anything, and that way you will also gain promotion. You play other people's music. You can play other people's music too, and they're going to believe it's your music. And that way you gain some more eyes on you. Although I understand that when they get on your Instagram or social media or website, you have to understand to make sure that your Instagram or social media or website is doing excellent in terms of the contents on there is excellent, and you're upgrading contents, and you're making sure you're doing more videos, and you're making sure you're doing more courses, and you're posting more photos of yourself, and you're consistent on Instagram. I post 60 photos a day, every single day. I post 100 photos a day inside my story in my Instagram, and that's all you see. But I have a one-step Instagram where I have just my story, and my feed, and also my IGTV. And now my IGTV is different, although in my IGTV I post my new music, and any type of new music I made goes into my IGTV, and it goes into this nice beautiful gesture where I say I'm a music producer, I'm a life coach, I'm a vegan, I'm a fashion model. I realize my age is 28, I'm number 1 in my heart with Jesus. I realize that my net worth is Jesus Christ. I realize I'm single and I'm my best version. I say in my bio link inside my Instagram in terms of the caption. I realize that when you do that, you're going to love yourself. You're going to understand that love comes to those who give it. You have to give yourself love first, and then you can go online and look for all these people and like their content. Because guess what? I was recently sending a lot of photos in terms of to new people online, and I realized that they don't reply. I mean, they don't even look at my message, and I realized it's a waste of time. I realized that I don't care about them, and I don't care to promote any promotional methods via image or video into Instagram or social media, unless it's a video that I can post into a group, such as a techno group or a music group, where I can post my new track, and that's it. I may do that, or I may like on Instagram and just continue to post every single day into my Instagram until I go to Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane in Australia, because currently I'm in Darwin. And in Darwin, because there is 160,000 people, I realize that on the streets here in Darwin, I promise you there is not many people, and there's no need to promote yourself around this town or any kind of town where there's low population, because what you need to do is move to the cities where there's more population, and that way you're going to have a better opportunity to be in front of more people. And that's how you create an opportunity. You go to a new city where you've never been, and you stay in their hostels, and you stay there, and you find yourself a 9-to-5 job if you have to, and then you start promoting your legacy, and you understand that if you're forced to work and live life, you make sure you work the 9-to-5 job. If you're forced to not, I realize if you're forced to work the 9-to-5 job, you work it, and you build your legacy, and you work full time on yourself, and you work more on yourself than you do at the 9-to-5 job, as Jim Rohn says. I realize that although if you're not forced, I realize that you go and get money from the government and relax and just go move into a new area and go promote yourself full time. Do you understand? So be that type of individual who goes and uses other people's money to succeed more and leverage yourself and get liberty, which is freedom. I realize I'm rich or better, although I understand that I'm using the government's money now to travel Australia, and guess what? I realize that I don't care about the money. I realize what I care about is growing you. I care about growing the world, and now they may give me a certain amount of money, and I have freedom, and I love the freedom. I love my freedom. I love that I gain my life for free because I chose it. I need to understand that I never chose the 9-to-5. I chose to travel. I chose to grab the money and go. I understand that money is printed. I understand that I never need to be a slave to money, and I chose to never be a slave to money, and I took ownership and control over my life to make sure that nobody else is going to put me in a 9-to-5 job, because I say to them, I'll leave in 2 weeks, I'll go here. I mean, they're never going to put you in a 9-to-5 job when you have to move. I keep moving around Australia, and that way I understand they're never going to put me in a 9-to-5 job because I have to move somewhere else. I say I have to go look for a job over there. I have a job opportunity over there, I understand that place. I have something to do over there. And they get confused, although I understand I have to go, and I go because otherwise, if I stay in that area, I promise you they're going to force me to work the 9-to-5, and that's why I move on. And then I get the government's money and I just keep traveling, because I understand they're trying to scam you right now, and they're trying to scam you and make you work for money. And I never care about money. I care about wisdom and growing my wisdom. And I understand that long term, I'll never be on the government's money. I realize that I have something better to do. I have attention to build over the next 72 years. I have so much more to go. Although I understand that it's never about the money. I understand that no amount of money in the world, in terms of the printed money and the dollars that you see in the world and the Bitcoins, is going to make you happier. I promise you, what makes you happier is how much health you have, and how much are you teaching other people to have more health and to have more time, and how much are you educating other people. I promotion, I realize that's what's going to make you happy. I realize that's what's going to help. I realize that's what's going to make you help you to be happier. I realize that's going to help you feel happier. I realize that's going to help you to make you feel happier. I realize I have to improve my communication skills. Although I understand that is exactly what you need to do to understand that is what is going to make you feel happier. I realize I have to understand to really, really dwell in my communication in a better way, because I understand I have to repeat myself sometimes there. I realize that when you do repeat yourself because of something that you said that was supposed to come out, although you never really said it, I need you to say it and say it and say it and speak it out and express it as much as you can, so that you can express it in a different way. And that way you'll also grow, because communication is the art of talking different, and doing things different is the art of life. And you have to make sure that you accept life and accept what's going on around the world. I need you to accept yourself. I need you to accept other people. I need you to understand to never chase other people. I need you to go away from other people as much as you can. I never need you to go where other people are going. And just because you see a nice, beautiful woman or a beautiful man, I never need you to go up to them. I never need you to go up to famous people. I need you to be the person who has famous people coming up to you. You understand? So the way to do that is you need to detach from those people and you need to go away from them. Unless that's going to make you feel happier. I mean, that's going to make you feel abundant. I mean, that's going to make you feel rich. When other people are coming towards you because you have something of value and you have something of interest. I mean, you have something to give. I mean, you've given more than them and you're helping them more than they are themselves. I mean, you love them more than they love themselves, and that's the whole point. I mean, how do you do that? I mean, I made 25,000 quotes. I made 2 years of journaling. I realize every single day I write a new date. I post 40,000 words in my journal every single day. I teach videos. I teach audio courses. I teach video courses 3 hours a day. I realize that eventually, over time, it's a slow process, although I'm learning and growing along the way. I'm giving you content along the way. I'm making sure that whatever happens is that you're growing, and I'm enjoying the process most of all. I'm enjoying myself growing. I'm enjoying to overcome my demons and my addictions that I've had. I'm enjoying that aspect of life where I understand freedom is now, and I've got financial freedom and emotional freedom and personal freedom right now. And what do I do now, since you have that? I mean, since you have personal freedom, and emotional freedom and financial freedom, I mean, what's left? I is left. And guess what you have to do from that point? You have to grow yourself. You have to find skills. You still have to find skills, because guess what? I'm financially free. Although, what do I do now? I have to grow now. I realize you have to grow with or without the money, because if you don't grow, you'll never have the lifestyle. Because guess what? It's not the money. I realize it's not the money that's going to make you happier. I realize that now. I realize now, because I'm financially free, although I understand that the money is not making me happier. I realize what makes me happier is how much content am I giving now. I have to give more content. I have to build my legacy. I have to build my attention now, because attention and having a bigger popularity around you now is what the money is. Whereas the money is in the attention, and I'd rather have 1 million followers than $1 million. I'd rather have popularity now. I'd rather have success. I'd rather see Australia more, and I'd rather give my money right now as much as I can toward Australian travels and flights and transport and technology and clothing and my business and my mega drive and my subscriptions, and to what I need to succeed. Because if I hold more and more money, I realize if I hold more and more money in my pocket and I never use it, I realize that it's not doing anything. So what I need to do, as Grant Cardone says, is make sure that each and every single day you're giving your money, and you have to understand you're giving it towards something that's going to help you. And now make sure that you're the type of individual who understands you're never safekeeping it and never touching your money. You have to make sure that you go and give all of it away in a way that over time you're doing that. I mean, don't go broke. I mean, I'm already broke, because guess what? I understand that the wisdom in me makes me never broke. I can never be broke. I can never be broke because I understand there is no such thing as being broke. I mean, I can never even be broke. I can never even be broke financially because I understand I have wisdom. I mean, wisdom is the financial freedom. I mean, wisdom, and the more wisdom you have, I promise you, the more financially wealthy you are, because you can have $1 million and no wisdom, and because you have no wisdom, you're broke. I mean, if you have wisdom and you have everything when you have wisdom. So it's really, let's build up your wisdom every single day. I'm never broke financially. I'm never broke spiritually. I'm never broke in emotional aspects of life. I realize that when you're broke, I realize you're just missing something. I mean, you're lacking. I'm not broke in any area of my life. Do you understand? I can never go broke because guess what? My wisdom helps me to teach every single day. I teach, and I teach better than yesterday, and I have everything to say now. I have everything to give you now for free because that's what it takes for you to succeed. And I understand that if they make me work, I'll give you this content for free, and I still will not work for the money. I'll work on building my attention while working a 9-to-5 job. You understand? I realize although I never work a 9-to-5 job because I'll just keep traveling for the next 8 years. I didn't care. Do you understand? I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, they're going to chuck me in the jail for printing money? I realize that if they do that, I realize I win. I win straight away. Because for somebody to say I've stolen their money when they printed the money in the first place is stupid. Do you understand? I mean, how can they put you in jail when they printed the money? I mean, they lost nothing. Do you understand? You have to understand that most of the world is scared. And when the authorities say you must work, otherwise you'll lose your money, I realize that they choose to go and work. And I just never choose to go work 9-to-5. I work, although I never work for other people. I work for Danny Milivojevic in Jesus Christ. I work for Jesus Christ. I work for free. And I understand that attention now is the eye-catching motto. I realize it's really attention that's going to help you now. I realize now I've got more skills where I can go on the highway and put a poster and cars will be flying past and see my Instagram. I promise you. I promise you 50,000 cars will pass by and they'll see my Instagram, and it's free. I mean, within 1 hour. I'll go to Sydney, I'll go to Town Hall. I promise you, many people walking past those streets, and I don't even have to play music there. And I just make sure to just put my portrait, and I listen to music via my headphones, and they can see my portrait and my Instagram. And that's 1 view each. And guess what? Somebody's gonna come and see my Instagram. I promise you, that way I promote myself. I promote myself 12 hours a day. I stand there. I read something along the way. I write in my journal along the way about how people are. I can also get out my portable speaker and go and do some free public speaking around Sydney and Melbourne and also Brisbane. And you'll understand that no matter what, I will also go away from the places, because there are many places around Australia where you can never even have a portable speaker and an amplification device while you speak. Because even though you have a permit, I promise you they don't allow you to go pumping music and to have an amplification device around shops and stuff like that. I realize that you don't need one. You don't need an amplification device. I realize all you need is get yourself a portrait and stand there. If you have a permit, you stand there and you put your portrait down and you relax and you just stand there and I realize, and you stand in the middle of the crowd. I mean, you stand in the middle of the crowd, or you stand somewhere on the sidelines where people are walking past around the shops. You don't need an amplification device. You just need your portrait to show you your Instagram, or to show your social media. Do you understand? And then thousands of people, because of that area, are going to find you. I realize, although I never get myself a permit anymore because I don't need it. I can go in the tunnel in Brisbane, and I can do my public speaking there, and I can sit there for the whole day and just chill. I can camp. I can get myself a chair and sit and show people my Instagram. I can do that. I've got nothing to lose. I can go where the lights are next to Brisbane and where the train station is, and I can post my beautiful portrait and my poster there, and people are going to see it. I'm focusing more on myself than other people. I'm making sure that whatever I do is going to help me to grow. And that's why I push myself to grow. I push myself to intentionally grow. I push myself to be in front of a camera and to be a natural. I'm unique. I have originality. I have my own lifestyle. I have my own name. I have something to give you all the time. I'm always something special in my life. I'm always giving more than you give me. I don't expect you to give me anything because I can generate my own income. I can generate my own wisdom. I can generate my own love. I can generate my own words. I can generate my own style. I can generate my own uniqueness. I can generate my own looks, and I can succeed, and I can generate my own success. I can generate anything in life. I don't need other people. I've got Jesus. I'm just making sure that every single day I make sure that you get what you deserve. You deserve freedom. You deserve success. You deserve ideas. You deserve a life that's going to be successful. I realize that in order for me to be successful, I need to give you success in order to receive success. I need to give you some videos. I need to give you some audios. I need to give you some ideas. And I have to make sure that I'm growing from it. I can never just be bullshitting about this. I'm not bullshitting about this. I'm not a bullshit artist. I'm not a con artist. I'm not a person who says something and doesn't do it. I do it. I make sure that if I fall, I will say I fell. I fell yesterday. I fell on this day. And guess what? Here I am. 2 days. Whatever. I'm more smoke-free now than ever before. I'm also smoke-free for over 2 years now. I'm a vegan for over 20 months. I'm sober in terms of the illegal drugs for over 6 years. I'm sober from the legal drugs in terms of the legal ones, I'm sober from the legal drugs for over 2 years now. I quit caffeine over 2 years ago. I quit soft drinks over 2 years ago, and I've been drinking only soy milk and water for now. I mean, that's all I drink. Whereas I had some relapses before, although I got myself back on track, and I have less white sugar in my life, and that's excellent. I also take care of my health. I invest in my health. I invest in my looks. I invest in who I am every single day, and I make sure to write it down. I write my thoughts down, which are not my thoughts. I realize it's other people's thoughts. I just write them down. I give you some value. I write them down in this video. I write them down in audio. I write them down in quotes. I write them down in journals. I write it down. I write it down in messaging conversations with other people. I screenshot, and then I screenshot the conversation. I upload it online so you can find it. I never make my words go to waste. I make sure that every single day I do something that's really going to be productive. I make sure every single day I do something that's really going to help me to move forward. I make sure that I'm always still. I'm never in the mind, I'm in the heart. I'm in the heart. I'm making sure that every single day I'm more present, and I'm giving you more ideas, and I'm making sure that way I do increase my love for myself. Otherwise, when I do it for myself, I do it for something greater. I do it for something of Jesus quality only. I do it for Jesus. I never do it for myself. I do it for something greater. And that way I understand that whatever I do, I will also be fulfilled within what I do. I realize that there's always a better world in life, and it's the world that you make in terms of growth. You need to grow yourself. You need to understand that love is in you. You have to understand that to love somebody else is to love yourself, and to hit other people is to hit yourself. You have to treat people how you treat yourself, and never treat other people based on how they treat you, because that's a loser. A person, a loser, will treat others how they treat them. A person, the winner, treats themselves how they treat others. A person, if you treat yourself like shit, you'll treat yourself, if you treat yourself like shit, you also treat other people like shit. A person, the more kind and higher morals you have in life, which are ethics and work ethics and habits, and you have better habits every single day, I promise you're going to get better with a better attitude. You're going to have, with a better attitude, everything, and you're going to be an individual who understands what attitude is, and that you're having a reality check every single day, and then you're going to re-evaluate your life every single day and write it down. You're going to write something down today. You have to. You have to write something down, and you have to understand that I'm more than 28. I'm number one in my life. Making sure that whatever I do in life is going to be prosperous. I have to be prosperous. I have to understand abundance. I have to understand every single word in the dictionary in order to love myself. I have to be open-minded to learning from you and to learning from everybody else. I mean, you can teach me something too. You can teach me your life, although you have to get started. I mean, time is not on your side. I don't care who you are. You have to do it now or never. You have to write the story down in a video. You have to write it down in audio. You have to write it down in writing. You have to start. You can look at me. I do it now. I'm cruising throughout life. I don't care that the economic system of the outside world is going down. I don't care, because guess what? I'm free. I'm free. I've got personal freedom. I made personal freedom. I've got the government's money. I don't care about you people. I don't care about them. I'm free. I mean, they don't listen to me anyway. I mean, it's not just because of the money that I'm free. I'm free because I have these habits that I do. I became a vegan. I mean, many people are not vegan. I mean, 99% of the world is not vegan. I'm a vegan. I lost 47 kilos. I mean, fat people don't even listen to me. I show them results and they don't even listen to me. I don't care. You stay fat all your life. Do you understand? I don't care. And I realized that once they say no, I just go away. I do not care about them. I mean, they're not worth my effort. I mean, anybody who says no to me is not worth me. I don't care about women who look beautiful, who go for other men. I don't care about that. I don't care how beautiful they are. I realize they're never going for me, and they believe somebody else is much more beautiful than me. I realize that nobody else is more beautiful than me. I promise you. I'm the most beautiful man on earth. I promise you. Although I understand who I am. I understand that I love this world. I understand I give you love. I promise you, I find many jealous people. I find them all. I see them. You may be jealous of me because of the way I talk. I realize that you also have to be the most beautiful in your world. Do you understand? I never need you getting jealous of me. I never need you being jealous. I realize jealousy doesn't help anything in life. I'm always that individual who understands I'm not a person, I'm something greater than a person. I'm always looking for a better idea. I'm always looking for a better idea. I'm always speaking in a way that correlates to a better way. I'll let go when I need to. I'll make sure that what I do today is going to help me move forward, and it's going to be foundational, and I'll make sure that whatever happens, I'll have the mindset to do so. I'll make sure that my mindset is better than this day, every single day. I'll make sure that what I do today is going to help me to really increase my skills. I give you love in this video. I give you love every day. I'm always helping myself to move forward. I help myself to do videos every single day. I mean, right now, I'll show you the time is now, although it's 2:20 in Darwin. Realize it's 2:20 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing a 1-hour video. Do you understand? Because that's dedication. I realize I feel tired. Although guess what? I'm still doing videos. I'm still making sure that whatever I do today is going to help you move forward. Because when I move forward, I realize I'm the best I can be. I can do something far greater than everybody else. I believe in myself. I believe in my I. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I follow Jesus Christ. I promise you, Jesus said, never cut your eye out. I love you. I have a dream. I love you. And you should understand, that is I, and never cut your eye out. I promise you, that's the best way I can say it. Although, you have to understand, the I in ideas is what you never cut. I mean, you never cut the I in ideas out of your life. You make sure that what you're doing today is going to be prosperous. You're going to be a more abundant person in terms of divine nature. I need you to relate yourself to divinity. I need you to relate yourself to divinity every single day. I need you to understand that when you make a mistake in communication, you go and correct yourself in a better way. You make sure that you're a better person throughout life. You make sure your habits are better. Because there's no fooling around. I mean, there's no time to fool around. I mean, they are fooling around. I mean, they're going to chase women and they're having sex with beautiful women and more beautiful women than you. I mean, they're having sex with more women who are more beautiful than you've ever got in your life. I mean, those women or those men are having sex with opposite sex that you need, apparently. I promise you that you don't need them. Although I understand that you ladies out there, I promise you those guys are going and having sex or realize that they're having sex with other women except for you. I realize that other women are getting more beautiful guys and they're having sex with more beautiful guys than you. You understand? So you have to understand that it's not about sex with other people. You need to understand it's about your legacy, and you leave a legacy behind. And you let them have sex with all these beautiful women and men. You let them, because there's no need to resent them. And you never be upset because the beautiful woman out there in the world or the beautiful men in the world don't go for you. I promise you they don't deserve you. I promise you that Jesus would say that don't deserve you. You have to understand that you just move away and you go and become something bigger than them in terms of legacy, because the more fun they're having, I promise you that their fun never satisfies them. I promise you sex never satisfies a person. I promise you, as long as you're doing pleasure in life, I promise you that you'll never be satisfied with pleasure. I promise you they may have threesomes and orgies with all these beautiful women and men every single day. I promise you that they're very unhappy. I promise you it's not the way to go. I promise you as soon as they get it, I realize they say that they need more. I promise you need more too. I mean, you get the woman who's so beautiful. I promise you now you have her. I mean, you have the beautiful man you've always wanted. And now you need more than that. Because now you're going to say, I need something else now. I mean, now you're going to say you need kids. And you get your first kid. You say, I have the beautiful man and woman. You have to understand, I'm not bisexual. I'm not gay. Although you have the beautiful man and woman and you have kids now. You have 5 kids, you have 6 kids. You're going to say, you need more now. I mean, the kids don't satisfy you. And the man and woman and all the orgies you had and all the beautiful women you had don't satisfy you. I realize that they don't satisfy you. I realize nothing will satisfy you except for growth. I promise you, that's why I do these videos, because I understand that every time I accomplish 1 hour of a segment of a video that I do, because I am growing. I mean, every single time I write a journal about my life, every single day, I learn something more about my life. I do something I've never done. I visit a place I've never been to. I see something more. I become more aware. I develop more. I look better. I mean, I promise you that's what satisfies me. I realize that going around and having sex with all these women doesn't satisfy me. I realize that it just takes away my time, and it takes away my energy, and it takes away my money. I promise you, women don't have sex with just any guy. I promise you that any woman will sell themselves for money, unless there's a woman out there who doesn't. I promise you, most of them will sell themselves for money, and you may believe that those women go for other men or whatever. I never need you to be upset about that. I need you to understand that they never went for Jesus either. I promise you, if Jesus gave them some money, I promise you they'd come to Jesus straight away. I promise you, although, that Jesus has something bigger in mind. I promise you that most guys will give them $1,000 and will get a blowjob in front of other people. And you will find that she's very beautiful. I mean, a beautiful, gorgeous woman who just needs some money, and the guy gives her some money on the street and he has sex with her around the corner somewhere. And you understand that most women are prostitutes today, and even the good looking ones, I promise you that they just go for money, and they just go for people who have money, and then don't go for the actual man. I mean, they go for where the money is. I mean, and then what happens is they get stuck with a man who has money and the person's ugly. I mean, they're so ugly and they have no legacy, and then they live with that person for 30 years and that person doesn't grow them, and that person doesn't do anything to help them grow, and then they divorce, and then that woman is left to go and find another man who has money. And by the time 30 years goes past, realize now she's old, realize now she's scrumpy. I mean, she's scrummy and she's a loser. I mean, nobody wants her now. You understand? Realize that when a woman chooses another guy over you, I realize that, thank God. I realize, thank God, because you're smarter than her. I realize that same happens with a man and a woman. For example, you woman out there, I promise you that the guy is mostly into sex these days and only needs you for the sex and never because of you. You understand? I promise you, what you ladies have to look for is a guy who stays away from sex as much as possible, because that way you understand that he never used you for sex and he was actually there for you and to be with you. And that way you understand that if you fuck him over, I've been fucked over like this. I promise you, I got myself into a relationship with 2 women, and I realized 3 women, I realized although 2 women, and I understand I never ever asked for sex, and they dumped me. I mean, they left me. I mean, they said, you don't watch TV. I mean, I don't watch TV. I don't care about TV. I mean, their parents say that because I didn't watch the news today, I mean, they dumped me because of that. I don't care about you then. I just left. I realized that other woman, that was my first girlfriend, I realized she left me because I never had sex with her. Do you understand? I mean, what kind of woman is that? I mean, that woman just needs to be banged and that's it. I mean, get lost. You understand? And you guys have to understand to go delay gratification, as Jesus says. I mean, Jesus says delay gratification because that's the best way for you ladies to understand which man you need, and for us guys to understand how to treat a woman better. Actually, that's the deal breaker. Actually, it's not about sex, and it's not about as soon as she comes into your door that you're going to bang her as quickly as possible. And it's not about that. Otherwise, it's about conversation, and it's about having fun in a way that you're growing with her without the sex. I mean, kiss her and love her on the bed, although don't fuck her on the first date. I mean, don't fuck her in the first year. I mean, don't have sex with them in the first 5 years. I mean, don't have sex with them for the first 10 years and 15 years. I mean, have sex after marriage. I mean, have sex after marriage and you understand how to be in a relationship with another person. Richard Berger. And if you doubted me there and what I said in that period of time where I said don't have sex with her in 5 years time and in 10 years time, and if you had this look on your face where you say, you stupid idiot, I mean, you don't follow Jesus then. You understand? I mean, you have a problem. I mean, you're stupid because you judge me, and it's really your ego. I'm Richard Bella, although you have to understand that most people turn on you like that, and they go and really be angry at you because you said something. Realize that when you annoy people, that's the best. I promise you that's the best when you annoy people. I need you to annoy people more and more, because if you don't annoy people, I promise you people are going to annoy you. You have to annoy them. You have to make them jealous. I promise you, if you don't make other people jealous, I promise you, other people will make you jealous. I promise you, if you don't have the lifestyle, I promise you, other people will have the lifestyle. I promise you, if you don't have the success, I promise you, other people will. You go gain more of success and also love, and go and give it. I need you to understand that delayed gratification is the number one way to love yourself, and the other way is promote yourself more and more and gain the attention that you need every single day. I promise you, it's not the money. I promise you, the money doesn't make me happier. I promise you now, since I've been increasing attention, I realize I'm early in the game. I'm more than 28. I'm number one in my heart with Jesus. I realize I'm doing better than ever. I realize my age is 28, although I've got another 73. I realize I've got more than 72 years to go to build over millions of followers. And it's about leaving behind a legacy. And within that time of 72 years, I have to be creating content, and 3 hours of content every single day, and post 60 photos every single day on Instagram, and do one photo shoot a day around my area, and stay consistent and focus on myself more than others. And there's no time to chase women, and there's no time to have sex with women, and there's no time to have sex with other people. I don't care about that. I mean, now it's overcome the pleasure. I mean, overcome and say no pleasure anymore. I mean, there's no time to have fun. I mean, what fun is growing and living life. I mean, what fun is being able to travel Australia for 1 year and 1 month and 2 weeks for free, while everybody else is staying I realize they're staying in one spot. I realize although that what the fun is never being in competition with other people. I realize although when you're traveling for 1 year and 1 month and 2 weeks, while everybody else is in Sydney, you are actually doing better. And that's more fun than having to be in one spot. I mean, when you travel to 250 destinations in 1 year, and somebody else is in one spot in that whole year, realize that you had more fun. You were traveling, and even though you were alone, you did something. I mean, you've seen something. I mean, I promise you, they had sex 250 days of the year, while you, 250 days of the year, were traveling. And richer better. I mean, who got more done? You. You got more done than them. Whereas they had sex and pounding each other. Whereas they're having sex. You are traveling. You are seeing all these new places. You're not bewildered. You're not confused. You're growing and you have a business. I mean, what more do you want? I mean, what more do you want? You need more, always. You need more. You have to understand that other people will grab success and will look at you and say, where's your success, mate? I mean, don't let that happen to you. I mean, be more successful than the person you see in life. I mean, when people see you, you make sure that you're more successful than them. I mean, be better than your neighbor. I mean, have more success and conquer people with more success. I mean, have more success in all areas. Have more of a legacy. I mean, promote yourself every single day and make sure that whatever you do, you're going to be greater today than ever. You're going to do something today that's going to help you. You're going to eat, and you're going to eat better than ever. You're going to study how to eat. You're going to be open-minded, because guess what? Time is not on your side. I don't care who you are. I realize now time is on my side. I grow. I'm ahead of time now. I'm so ahead of time that those people who are in the past and who think about me and who understand me, I realize that those people who've seen me before, I realize they think about me every single day now. And they love me, because guess what? I'm more successful now. I realize they hate me. I realize love is hate also. I understand it's just in the opposite direction. I understand that now when they see me, I promise you they don't see what's coming. Although I understand that they do understand also that I'll be something big and successful. It's only a matter of time. I'm only in my 20s, although I understand I'm number one in Jesus. I understand I'm always number one. I'm always number one with Jesus. I always add Jesus with me. Because that way, without Jesus, I understand I'm nothing. I'm only something with Jesus. I'm with Jesus. I'm never nothing. I make sure that every single time I speak something, I speak it with an open heart, and I make sure to do something today that I've never done. And that way I'm doing something different. And that way I'm better than yesterday. I'm doing something that's really according to what I must do. And that's life coaching. And that's music. And that's making sure I focus on myself more today than anybody else. I focus on doing my videos. I focus on doing something related to my business every single day. I make sure that every single day I do something foundational to help you grow. And that way I understand I get what I want in the process. I mean, as Zig Ziglar said, he said, to help other people get what you want. Zig Ziglar said, help other people get what they want and you will get what you want. That's the whole point. You help them get what they want. And what do they want? They need success. So what you do is go get your success and then you help them. You have to get your success first. You have to understand to become more successful than them. And then start giving them that success. And then they're going to get what they want. And you will get what you want because you became more successful. You have to force yourself to succeed. You have to understand that being rich and having $1 million and $1 trillion is a choice, as Brian Tracy says. And it's a choice to be better than yesterday every single day of your life. And it's a choice to be around drug addicts, and it's a choice. You have a choice every single day. What you're doing every single day relates with how you're going to live your life. And you have to make better decisions every single day, and nobody can do it for you. And that's the role of becoming more independent and more interdependent over time, while staying away from being dependent and independent and becoming more of a person who can manage yourself and other people and have a massive organization where you understand your organization is just your legacy and you're just improving yourself and you're becoming a free agent over time, all the time. All the time you're just a free agent, because it's not about selling yourself for money. Many people do that. Many women in the world will sell themselves for $10,000 and will have sex with anybody for that money. Whereas Kim Kardashian had sex with some person on camera for $5 million. Whereas that she's the richest porn star ever. Whereas she's the richest porn star ever. Do you understand? There's so many porn stars today that she made the most money out of all of them. Do you understand? She made more money than all of them in their whole lives. I'm not laughing at anybody, although I understand that you never sell yourself for money. You go do something more amazing, and that way you're going to understand to be something bigger. I'll see you guys in the next video.